Hey everybody. Today, Rahdo runs down a prototype of Consumption, which is a worker placement game where 1 to 4 players are trying to make choices about their food. And the way it works is, at the beginning of each of the 6 rounds of the game, players in reverse turn order are going to grab a new assistant. Although, in a 2-player game like I'm playing today, the life coach is left out. This is only for 3 or 4 players. And so, Jen, as the second player, decides, does she want a personal shopper to help grocery shopping, the fitness coach to help working out, the chef or the kitchen assistant to help her with cooking delicious meals, or the restaurateur to make the most of nights on the town. I think Jen's feeling like cooking, so she'll get a kitchen assistant. All right, and then that leaves me. I might want to, I don't know, do some hacky sack or some racquetball or some jazzercise. So let's say I get the fitness coach. Now, in the next round, I could not take the fitness coach again, although I would be able to get the kitchen assistant if I want, or one of the other ones. All right. After that, only in a solo or 2-player game, we are going to find there are some goods at the grocery store that are out of stock. So let's see. We got to block off here, here, and here. So that's a little bit less water and dairy and fruit and veg. And then this other one says that's a little bit less oils and fat. There goes some more fruit and veg, and there goes some more dairy. So this round, there are only 2 opportunities to get fruit and veg at the grocery store. So if that's something that you really want for a meal you're trying to prepare, you might want to make a rush for that. But that's not where I'm going, because the round is good to go. I am the first player, and I'm going to get some pizza. Going to Pizza to Go means I take all 6 of these goods that were randomly pulled out of a bag at the beginning of the round. Now, at the pizza place, there's always some fats, some oils and fats. The rest are random, which is this time going to be more oils and fats, some meat. I must have gotten a delicious meat lover pizza, and fish. Oh, it had anchovies and chicken and some water. Got to stay hydrated. Now, when you eat out, the tokens that you take go directly into your belly. Get into my belly, I say, which means I take a look at my player board where you can see all the different food types, the seafood, the alcohol, grains, water, nuts and seeds, etc. here. I've eaten this stuff, so I put these tokens immediately into the correct places. Let's see, there's it goes over here for my seafood, fat and oil, water, meat, and poultry. Now, at the end of the game, in this particular game, because this is my player board, I am trying to get to where I am successfully on the Paleo Diet, which means at the end of the game, depending on what food is in my belly, I will gain or lose points. Paleo means want meat. I want meat, I want poultry, I want seafood, and I do not want grains. If there is any grain in my system at the end of the game, I'm going to lose points. I do want plenty of fruit and veg, some nuts and seeds. Gotta always be hydrated. You always need water, but I gotta stay away from the sugar, and I gotta stay away from those grains. That's my situation, and I've just eaten a bunch of stuff. Now, of course, over the course of the game, I'm probably going to eat some sugar here or there. It's at the end of the game, am I ready to go full paleo based on what's in my body? Jen, meanwhile, in this game, she's going to be a vegetarian, which is very out of keeping for her in real life, which means at the end of the game, she gets lots of points the more fruit and veg she's eaten, and she loses points if she's got any flesh of the beasts in her body. Now, of course, rather than being a specialist, on the flip side of all these, there's a standard diet, which is kind of the food pyramid, or I don't know what they call it these days, where you're supposed to have a little bit of everything, but it's much cooler where everybody has their own specialty they're trying to adhere to, so they value things differently. And, so instead of the standard diet, we could be on a junk food diet, or we could be looking for anti-inflammatories, or we could even be fasting or cleansing, although this is a special one for the solo game, where at the end of the game, if we have anything in our system other than water, we lose points so that we can start our cleanse or our fast. Alrighty, so anyway, paleo versus vegetarian. I have already made my move. I've eaten some food, and now I'm waiting for Jen to take her first turn with hers, and she is definitely going to be a little bit healthier. She could go to the only other place in town, eat out at the Chinese buffet, and then she could grab these or these, and again, put them directly in her belly. But Jen, is going grocery shopping. And what that means is, first of all, we have to determine what is Jen craving. We roll the craving dice, let's see, and we put this on the row, this on the column. And so now, anything in this row or this column is what she craves. And she'll take it however she can get it. And what that translates to in gameplay terms is, this row and this column are discounted food. Jen is willing to buy any food to fulfill her craving, so she'll be able to get cheaper stuff. So, this alcohol, this fats and oil, this fruit and veg, this sweets, and this fish, and the same for his column, only cost 1. Whereas everything else costs 3. And if there's something Jen is shopping for and she cannot find it, because say it's all been taken by other players, she can always pay 5 to have it ordered in. Now, what is Jen going to grab? Well, she's going to try and focus on that row and that column, but she also needs to focus on these 4 recipes that are out here. Roasted peppers with pine nuts, German chocolate cake, shrimp jambalaya, and pot roast with brandy and grapes. Now, remember, Jen ultimately by the end of the game wants to be vegetarian, but she might do some shrimp jambalaya along the way, because if she can get all these ingredients and get them prepared in the kitchen, she'll score 6 points and she'll have access to this special power for the rest of the game. What is this one? When you complete a recipe, get 2 additional points. You can use these powers once per turn. That's pretty cool. And that would mean Jen would go heavy into a cooking strategy for the rest of the game to try to complete a lot of recipes. Although, the game does actually punish you if you don't partake in at least some actual physical activities. If you spend your entire game in the kitchen or eating out, just grabbing tons of food to, hit your targets, well, you'll do well, but if you don't learn how to prepare enough food for yourself, if you don't engage in enough physical activity, you will suffer victory point penalties. So anyway, so Jen's thinking that makes sense. She likes that power. So for that, she needs food. She needs fish, seafood, shrimp, of course. So she'll go on ahead and grab this shrimp. And so that is now sold out. And that cost her, because it was in her craving aisle, $1. She has 5 more to spend. What else does she need? She needs some fruit and veg. Okay. She will go on ahead and grab this fruit and veg, and that cost her another $1. So if you can stick to your cravings, you'll do well. See, she needs some fat and oils. Okay, she'll take this one from here, and she needs water, and she needs grains. Now, unfortunately, the water's all down here, so she has $3 left. She spent 3 on 3 craving items. She could spend her other 3, because every time you go grocery shopping, you come with $6 in your pocket to spend, just like virtual dollars. She'd spend the rest to get that water. She'd rather get some more stuff. So let's have her go on ahead and get the grain. She's spending $4 to get grain from... Oh, can she get any grain? Yes, she can. Up here, because she was craving that. Alrighty. Now, she can't get any more water, but she might want to work on something else, like roasted peppers. Which, when you shop, you can flip this to take 1 food token from the supply for 3. So, yeah, it costs 1 if you are grabbing from your cravings aisles. It costs 3 otherwise, and it costs 5 if you just take anything you need. This would let her get anything she needs when shopping. That's pretty cool. So, Jen is going to need more fruit and veg to do that, so she'll grab another fruit and veg from her cravings. Oops. She takes that. That was $5. And she can take 1 more. And let's see, she's eyeballing this. Can she get any more grain? She can get some more fats. All right. So there we go. And that was that. So that is what Jen has ended up collecting and shopping. And now, I ate out and the food went directly in my belly. That's not going to be the case for Jen. She went shopping, and so the food goes into her kitchen up here. And they go into the appropriate spots. Let's see here. And as you might imagine, this food, if it doesn't get prepared, can spoil. At the end of the round, everything slides over one. And if this fish slides into the garbage can, it's spoiled, and Jen will lose 2 points at the end of the game. So she needs to start preparing that fish. But hey, this is just her first worker placement action. She's got 3 more to go. And she's about half cleaned out the grocery store. So it is my turn again. What am I going to do now? Well, I can't go back to the pizza. I could go to get some Chinese and take either that row or that row. But I need to be thinking, if I'm trying to take advantage of my fitness coach, I am definitely going to want to select some activities. To do well at Hacky Sack, this is upside down. To do well at Hacky Sack, I need to be a little drunk. I need some alcohol in my system. And there's never alcohol at the fast food places. So if I want that alcohol, I am either going to have to go shopping for it, like you just saw Jen did, or go to the Chinese buffet, which means it'll get directly. If I go shopping, it'll be in my kitchen. I got to get it into my belly, because the food that's in your belly is what you spend to complete these activities. The food that's in your kitchen is what you spend to make these delicious meals, and then that food gets transferred into your belly. One more thing I forgot, by the way, at the beginning, as part of setup, we also have to set up the farmer's market. Now, in a single or two-player game, all the three markets aren't always going to be open. In this game, randomly, Farm Fresh was open right from the get-go, where we can go, and each player can go up to these places twice to get 2 veg. And all right, so that's not going to give me the alcohol I need. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the Chinese buffet specifically to get this alcohol in my belly. But at the same time, I ended up getting some dairy and some nuts. All right. So, I'm sorry, no, those are grains. Oh, I don't like grains. Don't want those. No, those are nuts, sorry. And so, right. Here is what my belly looks like now. I have eaten a lot of stuff. I'm kind of stuffed. I need to go work this off. That'll be my next action. Okay, meanwhile, Jen says, does she have all the ingredients she needs to do both of these? She didn't quite get them. She still needed some water, and she still needed... right. Did she get the oil? She got the oils. She's got the veg. She needs some more nuts. So she can't get that at the farmer's market. If she came, well, we can't go to the Chinese anymore because the buffet is closed down. So Jen's going to go shopping again. I'm leaving it all to her. And now let's see what her cravings have in store for her. Every time somebody goes there, they can shift up. You never know what you're going to crave when you go shopping. Drat, Jen is, all right, so she wasn't craving anything in this aisle, so she's going to have to pay full price. 3 of her $6 to get some water, because she needs that for the shrimp jambalaya, and she also needed some nuts and seeds she didn't get last time, and she could get grain. Oh, well, okay, so that was 3. Now she'll go on ahead and spend her fourth to get those nuts and seeds, and now Jen has everything she needs to make the 2, all right, and she's still got $2 to spend. So what else is she going to get? Well, I mean, she can't pay full price for anything. What will she get? She could go on ahead and grab some meat, thinking about future dishes. Because remember, she's vegetarian, but she doesn't have to be vegetarian until the end of the game. But she'll go on ahead and grab some grains and some fats and oils. All right, so that was how she spent her $6. Okay. Because grains and fats and oils, they don't go bad very quickly. So Jen will have some time to try and find a recipe she can use for those later. That was Jen's second action. She's once again spent 6. Now it's my turn, and I think it's time to work out, burn off some of all this food I've been eating and convert it into points with physical activity. So up till now, we've been going to spaces on the board, but we have spaces on our own board as well. I'm going to get some activities and then work out. So what that means is, I can get up to 2 of these activities, add them to the side of my board, and then I can place up to 3 food from my body onto those activities to score points. However, because I've got a fitness coach, I can place 4 of them because I can place 1 additional. Or instead, when I work out, if I've completed an activity, I can add 1 water to my body from the supply. That's handy too. Because as you can see, water is much less likely to be, it's tougher to get. You have to get 6s to be able to get a discount on water at the grocery store to get, because you never crave water. Right. I am going to grab these, and I don't have to grab 2, and at the end of the game, if there are any activities or any recipes that we grabbed but haven't finished, we will lose points. So you got to be careful about it. So I do have some alcohol. I could finish that hacky sack, no problem. And I've got everything I need for the... Oh, could I do the jazzercise and the racquetball? I've got 2 fat. I've only got 1 water, though. And when I work out, if I complete an activity, I can add the water. So I could get the water, and then the coach could give me the more water. Yes, I could do this. Okay, yeah. Fitness coach is going to save my bacon. So first of all, I'm going to grab 2. I'll grab jazzercise and racquetball. They go off to the side of my board, but I'll just keep them right here for now so you can see them. And now, taking food out of my belly, I will... spend some fats, some water, and some dairy. And fortunately, I happen to have 1 dairy in my belly. Boom, I have completed jazzercise. Let's get physical. Want to get physical? Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. Sorry, I'm very old. Alrighty, so that is going to score me 2 points at the end of the game, which doesn't sound like much, but there is a set collection element to this game. At the end of the game, you want to get unique types of activity. There's 8 different types. If you get all 8 types, that's 24 points, and you can get multiple sets. So the game really encourages you to diversify and branch out. So anyway, no, I just put 3 things. That's normally all I'm allowed to do when I do an activity. But my fitness coach comes in here now. I can use him once per turn. I can either place another action on one of my activities and start working on the other. So if I had taken hacky sack, I could finish it right now. Or after the workout, I did complete an activity, I can get some water and add it to my body immediately. So now I've got the water that I need. So I've got the water and the fat, and I need any pair that's not water or fat. I have everything I need to do racquetball and score 3 points. But again, I'm starting to set collect. Alrighty, so I have finished the exercise. It's face down. I'm still working on racquetball. It's face up. I got some water for free thanks to the fitness coach, and now he's face down. I cannot use him again. And at the end of my turn, well, hacky sack remains, but cross-country skiing is on the menu, as is running stairs. And remember, you got to get food in your belly, which means usually you make that that goes in your belly, and then you use it as fuel to run your activities. So that was it for me. Jen's turn. Well, she's going to visit her own board as well, like I did, to do activities. She is going to grab some recipes and cook. So she can get up to 3 recipes. And remember, if you grab too many and you don't finish them, you will lose points at the end of the game. And then she can transfer 3 food from her kitchen onto those recipes. So she's been eyeballing that. She's been eyeballing that. And let's see, she didn't grab any meat. She'll make some German chocolate cake along the way. So she's grabbing all of these. And remember, she can, as part of this action, transfer up to 3, but she has her kitchen assistant, which means she could transfer a 4th, kind of like the training coach. Or when you cook, you can move 1 food token on one of your incomplete recipes to another if you decide halfway through to shift things up. But Jen's just going to use this to put 4 things into play, which won't be quite enough. She'll start working on her shrimp jambalaya. 1, 2, 3, and here's the water that she went back to shop for. So she's almost done with this. And once she's done, she'll get 6 points. All of this stuff will go into her belly, which means she can use it for activities later. And she will unlock this special power. When you complete a recipe, you can flip. So of course she wants to finish this before she even starts working on those. So that was it. And this one's on the way. The other ones, well, she'll have to work on them for the rest of the game because she doesn't want to lose points. And she does want to unlock both of these special powers. Anyway, so that was Jen's turn. I've got one more action. I could finally go shopping if I wanted. Oh, by the way, new recipes came out. Green salad with blue cheese and pot roasted grapes to make room for vegetables with nuts and some word I don't know. Or a grilled swordfish wrap. I don't know. I assume that's some kind of cheese, folks. You would have to tell me. There's a picture of it, though. Maybe it's fish. I don't know. But anyway, so there's new recipes out. So I could visit my own board and do another activity workout because as you can see, you can visit these spaces on your own board as many times as you want. The other place I could go is I could snack. If I had something in my kitchen and it was about to go bad, let's say, I could snack to move it from my kitchen directly into my belly. Or if I just needed one more thing to complete and I'd gotten it over here, I could snack, but I'm not doing that. I want to keep working out and finish that racquetball. And so I can place, but I can only place up to 3 things. I've already used the coach, so I won't finish the racquetball. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe it's time to go, I got to go grocery shopping as well. Maybe that's the right thing to do because there's still some stuff. But if I go grocery shopping and my cravings end up here and here, oh my gosh, this craving, I can only get 1 discount, but I could get a lot of discount water and then do some more shopping for stuff that I might make down the road. And the other place I haven't talked about much, again, I could come to the farmer's market and just get the farmer's market. These cards will either be stuff that when you do it immediately goes into the kitchen or immediately goes into your belly. In a solo or 2-player game, you're not quite sure what's going to be available. With 3 or 4 players, eventually all of the cards for all of these will come out in rounds 2 or 4 or 5 or 6. So I could do that. And those are my main actions. There's one more interesting thing I should mention after we've done our last little bits. Pizza to go means I saved so much time by eating out. After everything else is done, I get to take this and do one more action of whatever's still available. If I could still go shopping at the end of the round, that'd be great. Although there won't be much available. Or I could snack, or I could exercise some more. So, being the first over here to grab these and put them into your belly so you could burn them for calories, gives you more actions as well. And folks, those are the basics of a round of consumption. There is a lot going on in this game. It is a very, very clever worker placement goods conversion game. But unlike regular good conversion of, turning lumber and wheat into victory points, you're converting food into recipes, into energy, into activities to try to make choices with your food and your life to be as healthy as possible. Clever game, full of really good stuff. I will say it's kind of on the lighter end. It's kind of a gateway-ish game, almost like the same level of complexity as maybe a little bit heavier than a Stone Age. And so, if you like that level of gameplay and you're at all interested in the subject matter, this thing delivers in spades. It's got a lot of, it's clever, fun thematic touches to it, and the notion of having to serve your cravings, try to eat a specific type of diet to score the most points, be active up to a certain point, don't try to splurge. Lots of clever, neat ideas. Fun, fast little 6-round worker placement game. Consumption, that is the rundown, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.